Okay. um, yeah, so it's just me talking. This is just, my video. Mm, I'm eating some corned beef and cabbage. It's funny because I'm looking at the live minutes, well, seconds, and then it's skipping. It's on 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, now you want to work. Mm-mm. Yeah, funny. Now you want to work because when I first clicked in, I was looking at the seconds, and then the time actually was frozen, and then it started trying to keep up, and then it started going fast, and then it slowed down, and it stopped. Yeah, I'm watching you. And time is in my name. Time. Time is in my name. So yeah, I'm like, man, when I be like time, I mean, I could just smile and just like, especially when you put divine in front of it, like that's that I mean that time when you like least expect it, but it's like wow. mm Like I mean, like something coming, something happening, good or bad, but most likely good. You just like, why not expect something good and know something good is happening, and then it's like, oh, you be, man. I mean, I'm just like just thinking about it. I'm like, I can't even speak. It's like the feeling of like knowing. Oh my goodness. When I say, I mean, I'm just freaking smiling. My cheeks about to hurt. Oof. Oh my goodness. You just know. When you know and then you feel it, then it's like you can't even like it's mm, yeah, look, I'm over here, man. Oh my goodness, I can't even get it out. I'm like, and it's like I know what I want to say because like I see it and it's like a feeling, but it's not even trying to come out because it's like it's like what? Oh my goodness, this is so. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mm. So when I came and sat down in the room, I was like, all right, I want to just talk about something. So why not be on live? So I'm like, what I want to talk about. I came and sat down and I said that. I was like, all right, so what do I want to talk about? Sat down in the chair, looked up at the TV, and they were showing Split. I'm watching Netflix, and I had left out the room and then came back in, like a few minutes ago or whatever. And then they had so whatever I was watching, which was The Gift, um, a very good series on Netflix. It's called The Gift. Yeah, I think 3 seasons of it. But anyways, um, So it had stopped playing. So when I came in the room, they was just showing like different like previews, well, not even showing it. It was like the pictures just go up, go through the screen, stay on the screen for like a few seconds, then the next something come on. So there's no sound or nothing. So, anyways, I mean, if you got Netflix, you know what I'm talking about, or probably any other network. I don't know, but sat down on a chair and I was like, all right, so what I want to talk about, what I'm going to be talking about. And I looked up and it's Split. The movie Split is on the screen with the guy. I can't even remember his name. Don't even know his name to even say it. I can't even remember it. But the guy, yeah, he was the professor. Wasn't he? No, he wasn't the professor. He was the professor when he was younger. Yeah, when he was younger on X-Men. And so, but it says coming April 1st. So you can't watch it yet on Netflix until April 1st. But I was like, I looked up and it said Split, and I'm like, okay. I wasn't paying attention to it. Like, oh yeah, that's the answer. I'm like, all right, let me, you know, get this remote control and stroll through. Something would come to me. But then I was like, wait a minute, that's what I'm put. Like I just looked up and Split was on the screen. That should be it right there. So I guess somehow I'll talk about Split. Um, the movie and what I got from it. Now I've seen it a couple of times, maybe. I mean, I know I've seen it more than once. Well, more than twice, I'm saying. I know I've seen it more than twice. So, hmm. And then the other ones after that, or was it one more other? I know the one after that was Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson. Um, yeah, they're the people that I remember. That one. Oh yeah, and the other lady, Fiona. Well, her name not Fiona. Her name Fiona on American Horror Story. But her. Now that movie. Okay, if y'all haven't watched, I think it's called Glass. No, it wasn't called Glass. What's it called? Glass? Yeah, but Samuel Jackson played a person who bones were like very sensitive, was like glass. But I don't know if that was a movie, what it was called. But anywho, probably was. Now that one, like I said, that movie is coded. Like if you know, you know. Like I mean, like I said, if you watch the movie, you can tell people characters or like where their mind is at if you watch a movie with them and ask them about their views on it, like actually cut off the movie. That's like a good thing to do. You know how we be in school, how we used to be in school, and then we read a book, and then the teacher would be like, okay, book report. Like everybody read the book, or we might read like a chapter or two in class. And so it won't seem like so bad. Like the teacher might say, okay, you're going to read chapter 3 and 4 in class, and everybody like takes turns and whatever like that, read a paragraph. Probably reading chapter 4 and 5, and then she say for homework, read chapter 6, and then write a brief summary of what you got, up until chapter 6, like what happened in chapter 6 and whatever. And that was like homework. Us got to read chapter 6 by ourselves or whatever. But anyways, at the end of the book, everybody reading the same book. At the end of the book, we do a book report. So in a book report, got to be turned in. Like we don't read the book report in front of the class. Like the book report got to be turned in, and then the teacher graded, and whatever. And then teacher would be like, okay, anybody want to read their book report, in front of the class or something like that. And then that's when we'll read our book report if we choose to read it. Um, but I'm like, that's what people should do, like with movies. Like, if y'all want to get to know somebody, like put in a movie and then, like watch it, chilling with the person. It don't gotta be all like formal or nothing, just chilling, watching a movie. And then after the end of the movie, chill, just vibe, just chill, and then just talk about it, like cool, relaxed, truthfully, like, hey, do you agree with what a character did? Did you not agree? What, like, was that, do you feel like that was a good thing to do? Or, and then they can start pointing out things like, yeah, well, if that, if she, how can I say this? If she didn't, um, I'm just trying to use a freaking example in a movie. And I know it's plenty of them, but now I'm just like, geez, like which one I want to say. So, um, um, goodness, why it's like movie, and it's like things is like running through my head, and it's not even like a blur. It's just like a blank, but it's there. Okay, what y'all trying to give me so many examples? Okay, you guys don't make my head hurt. Okay, the example that I don't, what, first of all, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, situation happening. And then okay, what's a recent movie that I done seen? A recent movie that I done seen was, what movie have I seen? The movie that's coming to my mind is listen, Talladega Nights. I know I'm saying it wrong. Talladega Nights. Goodness. The race car movie. Okay, with Will Ferrell. That movie is coming to my mind because I'm seeing him, on the cover. I seen his pose and look like the Wonder Bread sign or whatever on the cover. So that's coming to me. So a scene from that movie, like, let me see. A scene from that movie. So the main thing, him being first in every no, the girl, his wife. Yeah, after that. Okay. So the girl, his wife or whatever. If he didn't have lost, how come, what was the whole point of me trying to get an example of? Shoot, I forgot. But I might as well. It'll probably come back to me. But what I'm about to say is, in the movie, Will Ferrell's wife, I guess she just end up turning out to be like a gold digger anyway. Like, go where the money at, stay where the money at, go, where the winners, with the popularity, yada yada yada, with the fame, with the fortune, whatever, with um the praises, go where all that at. So she stayed with Will Ferrell. What was his freaking name in the movie? I'm just calling him Will for now, because is Will Ferrell even his name? Now somebody else is coming to my mind. The dude, I don't think that's his name. Will Ferrell. Yeah, that's his name. Because why the dude offered the new not Terminator, the new, oh my goodness, it came out in like 2010, I think. Why the movie cannot come in my head? The movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day, not Terminator, but when they was going to go to Mars. Total Recall. Thank you. Total Recall. I'm like, is that is that his name? No, that's the main character in Total Recall, the remake, not the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but the other one that came out. I don't think his name Will Ferrell. I think the one I'm talking about who played on Step Brothers, that's his name, Will Ferrell. I don't feel like looking it up neither. But anyways, what I was getting at was when I was getting at was she that's how she was, that's how his wife was or whatever. So he wouldn't have found that out about her if he wasn't in his slumping phase, that I'm not number one anymore and this and that. Because then she done went straight to his best friend, and then his silly ass gonna go with her. I'm like, what in the heck? That part was like, but that shows you when, like, Will didn't care, because he probably felt like, damn, I ain't even really focusing on her. Like, I'm in it for the image too because of her energy. So I'm just like, yeah, I got a hot babe on my arm. I got two sons, this and that, and whatever, whatever. Yeah, I'm good. Everybody know me, my face everywhere, good, but not really focusing on, like, he was blinded. Ooh, that's the word. He was blinded by like the fame and all that stuff to even realize that she was there just for the money. And that's how her energy or whatever probably put that on him. But then, something happened. I forgot. I know his dad came back into his life or something, but anyways, he was number one. His best friend became number one, shake and bake, whatever, whatever. And then Will assistant, this other lady who got like looked over, who was cool, whatever, knew about him, knew him, friends with him or whatever. She ended up dating him and, got most likely living happily ever after. And then Will wasn't even tripping. Will was like, okay, this is what I should have been focused on. Like, yeah, I accomplished being number one so many times. I even conquered a fear that I didn't even know that I'd had. Ain't even know that this was in me to compete with my own self. You know, something like that. And he did it. So he was like, all right, love. I know her. Everything gonna be good because he probably felt something good about it. So his his like going down some quote unquote wasn't like a good thing for him, but at the end it turned out to be one of the best things. So it didn't seem like a good thing at the time, but at the end it was like, whoo, good, like free. I don't know. I don't even know what I was talking about. Hmm. Oh yeah, split. Mm. Hmm. My bad. Um. Okay. The movie Split. So what I want to say about that. But yeah, when I was talking about the other movie, the part two, part three of it, and I'm like, that stuff was coded. I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I was saying watching a movie with somebody. The book report, okay, it's coming back. See, doom, 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 doom. That's how that rabbit hole is. Rabbit hole is. Rabbit hole is. But yeah, the book report. So the movie report. Call it a movie report. Like everybody chilling, and at the end we just go over it. Speak like, hey, what did you think of the movie? What was your favorite parts? What did you disagree on? Yeah, and then see how the different parts in the movie, how different people feel about certain parts of the movie to see like what level of their mind is on, like what level of thinking. Are you thinking like in a spiritual manner? Are you thinking in a justice manner? Are you thinking of a, like what's your first thing, even if you take it to the different scenes instead of, because you may agree with the character actions in a certain parts of the movie. And it's like, yeah, since they're in that situation, like, yeah, I would have locked the door too. I would have locked the door too, whatever, whatever. And then so, they did good by locking the door and, they good, they were safe. And then further down in the movie, by them locking the door, they became safe. But then another another thing came up and they had to walk to the store to go get some ice cream. I don't know. And then, it was right when the store opened. And then so people be like, nah, see, I would have had waited. Like I wouldn't have went to the store at no 6:30 a.m. to go get some daggone ice cream. Like, no, I wouldn't have did that. I would have waited. And, I would have been asleep. So it was like, yeah, you was supposed to get that ice cream. Like, I don't know, like something. And other people might be like, yeah, she might as well get the ice cream so she can come back in the house before the crowd get there because it is Saturday. And then people be washing their cars and it's a parade happening later. So it's like, might as well get the ice cream while the store open. You can make the way back home, like whatever. And so like different things like that. And that all stemmed from earlier in the movie, her locking the door. My bad. Mm. Got some meat in my teeth. Got some meat in my teeth. And meat is in my name. Meat. That's why I can eat it. And there's nothing wrong with y'all being vegetarians or vegans, things, people that don't eat meat. That's absolutely fine. But I'm just saying, you can eat meat if you want to. There's no problem with me. Like, you eat, I mean, hey, I don't got no problem with that. It's in my name. So, trust me, when I'm going to be traveling, going to different countries, different parts of the world, I'm going to be want to be tasting their food, the real deal. I'm talking about meat. I mean, stuff that got meat, like, yeah. And of course, some salads and stuff like that. And, side dishes, whatever. But shoot. So, yeah, so if anybody is like, eating meat is bad, like, come on. I got you, Eleanor. I put all the pink stuff on the top of the thing. Are you gonna make bubbles? Bubble. That one's so cool. Can we try again? Whoa! Oh no, it's blue. Alrighty. Oh goodness, I should have went to the bathroom. Okay. So yo goodness, what was I talking about? Book reports. Oh, what movie reports? Oh, I don't know. Oh yes, but here we go. I gotta write this stuff down. Put a sticky note on the screen and be like, split. Okay, so let me see. Can I get this out again? before I just go off rambling, in a sense, quote unquote. But so yeah, the other part, the third or second part of the movie Split, it wasn't called Split 2 or Split 3, or I believe it was just a Glass. Okay. So that was like coded because at the end, I mean like throughout the whole movie with and it, the okay, how the psychiatrist, okay, the doctor, the person who got the PhD in Harvard, um well, whatever school she went to, but the psychologist or therapist or whatever she is, how she came and talked to them, and like throughout the whole movie she was like listening to them, but basically trying to get them seem as though that they're crazy, that they don't know what they're talking about, that all the facts that they presented to her um was like nonsense. Like, no, maybe it's just your imagination. Maybe you really wanted to believe it because of your childhood, because, such and such, like she trying to dig deep into like maybe because, this and that, like trying to have them doubt their own selves. So yeah. And then so when it comes to the other guy, Split, I don't know his name in the movie, but when it comes to him, he had different personalities, and they can just come and go. I forgot how many numbers he had, but he had like old women in him, little boys, himself, another person, and the main character, the Beast. And that was yeah, and that's the movie Split. Yeah, that's the Beast. The main movie was emphasizing that, the first one, and basically the Beast, like you rarely, like the Beast don't listen, that Beast don't come out unless the Beast man, it's like so many things I want to say. It's like so many things I want to say, and I can keep saying more and more and more after I say them. Like, but don't taunt that Beast. And then the guy was, he was like all these other people that was inside of him was coming through, was talking, the little old lady, well, I'm saying little old lady because that's how she sound, the little boy, the other woman, the this, the that, like they were just coming out regular talking, and his accent changed, and the different things, his behavior or manner would change when these different characters or people would come up out of him. And then again, I don't know if anybody knew that about him. And then yeah, I don't think nobody knew that about. I don't think so. I know his mother in the first one. I think she knew, and it was like they to turn him off or to do something, you had to call him by his real name. It was like, well, like Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know, but you had to call him by his name, by his real name or something, to calm him down, or whatever. And his mom knew that, but then he ended up killing his mom. Yeah. So then that's how he no, what, well, how did the movie with the girls, with them cheerleader girls? No, that was okay with Bruce Willis, but he was out. But why would he be out if he got locked up or he didn't get locked up? Oh, but I know somehow he ended up being in a facility. That's all I know. That's all I can remember right now. He ended up being in a facility in that other part of the movie. And I actually got some on my Instagram, Demetra82. I actually posted some not screenshots, but I made a collage. I'm not sure what other pictures is in that collage, but go check that out on my Instagram. And it's probably about 3 or 4 years ago that I posted that collage. I know I posted it. So whatever pictures, I probably might look at it later on today and see whatever pictures is around the collage, or what's in that same post that's very significant right now. But so yeah, but when that Beast came out, yeah, because in the first movie he was capturing people and putting them in like cages. Yeah, like putting them in cages. Yeah, at the zoo. Yeah, because he worked at the zoo and he was putting people in cages, like kidnapping them, putting them in cages where the animals were and stuff like that. And I don't know, like talking to them, who knows, probably was abusing them. I don't know. Or probably just chaining them up and they, just keeping them alive barely, you know. So but yeah, but I know he ended up killing plenty of people once that beast came out, and then he was like doing a wire, like it's like wire posts, like wire gates. How you go to a zoo and they got like them big bars that keep the animal caged in. Like he once he turned into that beast, like he was like bending them things, bending them iron bars. That's what they call. It's like shoot. Got me eating ice. But yeah, and I believe he was warning people. He was like, "Stop fucking with me." I believe that's what he was doing. Like, because I know, yeah, because he was talking to a psychiatrist. Matter of fact, he was talking to a lady. He in the first movie, he was talking to somebody about what he's going through, what he's dealing with, or something. And then his psychiatrist probably blew him off or was just again trying to persuade to tell him, hey, what you going through is normal, or you probably don't going through this because of that. It's nothing wrong with you, but maybe you need to try this. I mean, like not really listening to him or really asking too many questions and make sure that he really is good. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know, but I know he was seeing one. But then that beast still let out. Yeah, because I think the psychiatrist came to his house and he ended up offering her him and his mother. Yeah, something. Yeah, when that movie come out on April 1st, I'll rewatch it and to see what it is, you know, so I can remember and then maybe do another video talking about it. But getting back to like that second or third part movie where Bruce Willis was in it or whatever, and Samuel L. Jackson, the lady the whole time, the psychiatrist, therapist, whatever who she was, the lady off American Horror Story, um, she Fiona, yes, she was talking to them all calmly and this and that, and they're like trying to tell them like, no, your plan is not going to work. You think you know this, but that doesn't make any sense, and you sound crazy. And but hey, take this medicine and stay up in this room so we can contain your powers. Yes, they had some powers. That's what it was. These people who that was in a facility, all of them had different kind of powers and uniqueness about them, like very uniqueness, That's kind of sort of like the X-Men. And so she was keeping them in cages, and, trying to tell them like, oh, that doesn't make any sense. You sound crazy. Oh, what if your powers really don't work? What if you don't have powers? And then so the whole time she's trying to tell them or convince them that they're crazy, that what they know is not facts, even though they presented her with facts at the whole daggone time in the movie, she knew that they was telling the truth. Because at the end of the movie, like once everybody done outed each other, she went back to her secret society group at a restaurant. It was like, yes, they outed each other. It was more so like, yeah, these people got powers and everything, but we need to keep them contained, because if they really know how much power they have, they can go out and then just tell all these individual people that's out in this world, like, hey, I can do this, I can do that. I didn't, but they're the ones who keeping their power secretly. So we need to capture them before they realize that, hey, let me tell everybody about this. Like, we people are really out here. But her crew, and that's their mission, to go to people who got all these powers and gifts, talk to them, probably put them in a secluded area, and and talk to them like as if they don't have no powers, knowing good well that you know they are very powerful. And you just trying to convince them, oh, no, you know, suppress that. You don't, you just a normal person, you know, whatever, whatever. But yeah, once I seen the end of that movie and she went to that restaurant and then like she said something and then so like everybody like at the restaurant stopped talking and like everybody was in on it, you know. It was just like, okay, the meeting started. And I'm just like, damn, so it was all these other like civilians, quote unquote, that knew about people who had powers, you know. So that was like she was like, okay, we can talk about it, and everybody like looked up and stopped eating because they really wasn't eating. And she was like, yep, they eliminated each other. So case number such is closed. There's no evidence. Nobody will ever know about them and this and that. You know, no evidence about them. They're done. So the people at the restaurant was like, good, you know, mission accomplished for them people, you know. And then she was like, all right, I'm about to go to the next town, to the next city, and you know, hunt out or sneak out, seek out, you know, some the rest of the people who got powers and gifts and stuff like that and convince them that they're crazy and take these medicines and they could probably go after each other and off each other with their powers, you know, how the black community is like, hmm. And then so and then she went to the comic book store and she was like, yeah, and that's how she was getting where her how what about to say like where she know the place to go to next or who to find next because she was like, yeah, all these comic book characters are like real people, like the you know the things that they can do. So now it's time to um to find you. Now I'm thinking of the movie Sleep with that lady. I think she had on a hat. Like I ain't even watched the whole entire movie of that. We actually got the DVD here. I think it's called Sleep, where all these people who got like some powers and stuff, talents, natural stuff that you was born with. This lady would come out with her hat or with her crew, and then like sniff them down and hunt these people down, and then like take the essence out of them, like suck them dry, and you know they'll be unalive, and she just get um their powers or like some of it or something like their essence. I think that's the movie. It's called Sleep. And then that movie was like a little bit significant to me as well, with the little girl who had who can do what she can do. But so what else I was saying? But yeah, so that's how I be feeling like these psychiatrists and a lot of people, they know like these oaths, OATH, that these people had to sign, the initiations these people got to go through, and some of them remember the initiation, some of them don't. Is more so when you really want something, you be praying like, oh, I hope I pass this test so I can graduate and get my degree. Is like the praying, the hoping, you know, like, oh, I need to, you know, and it's like, oh, uh, you know, my bad, my eyes was just, but I'm like, they know what they doing. So I'm like, they be waiting for people who got gifts, natural gifts and powers, or people who know who they really are to come in front of them and then speak and talk and release. And they are strangers. So it's like, oh, let me talk about what I'm going through or what it is with me, who I am, the facts that I can present. Let me give that to a stranger. Hi. Yes, thank you. It's me. See you later. Yes. So it's like, what was I about to say? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, let let them come. Let me, tell a stranger about what's going on. And that's like a pros and cons in different ways, because if you telling if you telling your truth to your friends and family and they don't even want to listen, they're like, you sound crazy. You need to go to a mental institution. You need, and they saying it's in like a negative way, like not even wanting to listen to you because you probably said some key words that disturb them. You're probably like the keywords, nope, I don't want to hear it. What? Nope, 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 without even giving it a chance, without even hearing it out. And then so you go to a um a stranger, like say a professional stranger, because if you just go to a stranger on the street, be like, hey, 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 like they can take with it what they want to take with it, but it's like, you still feel like you haven't really released it yet. But then it's like, your coworkers the same way, like your friends and family. It's like most of them don't even want to hear it. Or if you even tell like your coworker or something, they probably, move around you a little different, or they probably tell somebody else, but in a negative way, like, oh. And I'm speaking about like real truth. And I'm talking about real truth about who you are, who you discovered, who you are, what you feel, the visions you see, the things you know. And that's what I'm talking about. So it's like when people that who you told them about yourself, or just put it out there, or just like, hey, this is what it is. And mind you, you probably just gave a piece. But then at a certain time, you probably just gave it what you know, told them like what you know, and like, look, I don't know everything, but this is what I know so far. This is what I know. This is what I'm feeling. I understand it may sound crazy, it may sound insane, but I'm telling you, like this is what I know, not what I think, but this is what I know, and it's a strong feeling that comes with it. And then when you tell your friends and family, or just say your family, like, hey, this is this is what I'm going through, or you post online, and it's just like, nope, family not like, family still be like, what in the world? What are you on? That don't make no sense. You sound a bit crazy. But then it's like, okay, maybe I do need to talk to somebody that I don't know, but I don't want to talk to a stranger, like, oh, just one and done. Like, okay, stranger, come on, let me talk to you in line. It's like, no. So then you're like, let me go ahead and talk to a therapist, a counselor, like somebody who job or duty or assignment or purpose is to just listen and guide, you know, like that's their natural gift, to listen and guide. Them the ones that's going to tell you the truth, not the ones who just did all the schooling and testing just to get a check, but the ones who really is passionate about it. And then I'm quite sure a lot of people started off being passionate about being a therapist, a psychiatrist, a counselor. I think that's what their job is, just supposed to, listen and guide and talk and like communicate, with the people that they're talking to in a positive way, in a way that will benefit them, they patient or client or whatever. And so I'm quite sure people probably started off that way. And it's like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's my purpose. I love it. But then somewhere along the line, they started meeting people or their coworkers who've been in the thing for a long time, for years, or their bosses started giving them um, like like some information or just some tactics that's like wasn't too good, it was just like, well, oh shoot, I would tell him this or I would tell him that, or or just different conversations, like you would be listening in on a group conversation and it got a patient similar to yours, and then how they going about it is different is different from the way you going about it. And then a lot of people is like going about it the opposite way that you going about it too. So you looking like, am I the one that's doing something wrong? Because how have all four of them have like a similar patient. We all got similar patients, and all four of them are like on the same page. We're going one route, but I'm the only one who feel like I'm doing something else with my own patient that's similar to theirs. So now you are like, thinking like something going on with you. So mm, I'm sorry, this scene came up on the gift when the little boy, when RTA went to the school, and and the little boy, and they was about to be painting. She put some paint in front of the table for the little boy to paint, and like, and then he pulling his head down in the front. Yeah, I think he's like autistic or so. And yeah, because now she trying to look in his eyes, have him look in the eyes. But the paint, she put the paint on the table, the little small finger paint with brushes and everything and paper. So she was like, "So where would you like to paint today?" Then the boy just like threw the paintbrush and then just slid everything off the table. And she was like, "Okay, it's okay." So now she's calming him down, like rubbing the inside of his back, and then that's like working. Like she don't even know like the power that she has. And then he stopped playing with his hair, and now he's calm. But the thing is, the paint. I My daughter just got finished painting not too long ago, so I was just like, what kind of stuff? So yeah, so it was like the yeah, and yeah, it looked like the boy on TV. He's autistic, and my daughter is autistic, and she just got finished painting, and then they show him painting on the screen with the little boy, and then she calmed him down, and but yeah, what is talking about like yeah, like psychiatrists and stuff like that, like these people sign oaths and stuff like that to go against the opposite. Man, like if y'all really know, all this stuff is going to be for different videos because I'm all almost at an hour, and my voice is starting to get a little harsh. That must mean something. Drink a little bit of this more water. Yeah, but so let me think. And yeah, so that goes to show you that I mean, I'm quite sure it's real psychiatrists out there that are really true to their natural abilities and able to just guide and listen to their patient or clients without any kind of a judgment or anything, you know, without any judgment or anything, like okay, so what's going on, and just listen and guide and ask questions and like and the main thing is have an open mind. Like I can't, I mean, that's what I would think, that if a therapist or a counselor or something, like have an open mind to what whoever, because for one, that's like a courage. That's a courage to go up and then just tell how you feel, your feelings, your thoughts, your ideas, the things you experience to somebody for the first time that you don't even know, like to be reaching out. That's like courage right there, to say, okay, let me call this number, let me speak to somebody, let me take this first step to like reaching out, and then you know. And so what happened? My little boy, I'm sorry, he pointing his hand down to the woods. But so, um, what about to say? So yeah, so that's like the first step to go ahead and do the courage thing by reaching out and willing and be able to talking to somebody about whatever you're going through, a stranger or even somebody you know. It's like, hey, I'm going through something, it's been heavy on my mind and just like, I need to release it, yada yada yada. And then having that talk with somebody. But I think a lot of people have that talk, that serious first talk with wrong people. The people who, in a way, you're supposed to have a talk with, than the people who you don't supposed to have a talk with your first time getting it out. Because of course, a lot of us, even myself included, when I when I'm going through, like I said, I experienced things ever since I was a little girl. But the more recent years, I'm gonna say within like 5 to 10 years or so. Yeah, within 5 to 10 years, like I done experienced. I ain't gonna even go up to 10, but I'm gonna just say 5 to 10. It just sounds simple. But 5 to 10 years, like I've been going through some stuff. So it's like, with my children, just being separated and just different things and like who I'm more so discovering who I am, like reconnecting with myself and court dates and trials and stuff like that. So when and I barely even talk to them about anything, and I don't even think I really talk to them about too much of anything that's going on in my life. But recently, when I stayed over my mom's house, it was just like all my business was like there, was just like out in the open because I'm over my mom's house. This is after my son was kidnapped. I had to move back into my mom's. I ain't had no vehicle, no job, no money, like nothing. So, I was just over my mom's house, just like going through so much stuff. So during that time, I started researching. I started like, I don't know, and it's just like things would just start to happen in a positive way to me, for me to rekindle myself. And then I started seeing like how just observing a whole lot of different things that was around me. And I'm like, why, man, I'm like, why did she let this happen? Or why don't she say this? Or this how this person is? Oh, okay, I see how they are. But I'm just like blending it, not even say blending in. I like stood off to the side because I'm just like, everybody is living their normal daily day lives, cool. And I'm over here like don't have none of my children at the time, and I'm washing my sister's children. So I'm in a household with babies, with toddlers, with little kids. And I'm like, and all mine was basically taken. Well, my youngest one was just taken. And, I had my other sons that I would see, so that was fine. But just going through that and being around other children, that was like, okay. Like I said, I know, man, this is about to turn into a whole nother video because I see, looking back at it, I see how the setups was. I see how the setup was, how like the good, the bad, the ugly, the this, the that, the reasons why it had to happen, um, people, they parts in it, I say, oh, okay, no wonder that happened that day, or she said that, or this happened. Man, I was thinking about, this is about my car getting repoed one time, and me getting a ticket 2 times, but it was just because I'm just thinking about this now, how like the different setups and how like my family is like really was like in on some stuff that was like in a negative way towards me. And some of them probably knew it, some of them probably don't. But I feel as though all this happened before in past lives in different situations. And then I feel like they still doing the same thing. It's like this is the time to like remember, like you don't want to fuck up again. Like this is our last time coming back. This my last time coming back. Like you better wake up. You better be on board or not. So that's why I'm like a lot of people still don't like everybody like we all been here before. Like we all past lives, different ultra verses that's collide, like all that. And I'm like, this is the last time though. This is the last time. So I'm like, people, if y'all remember doing something negative to anybody, to somebody, to something, and y'all still doing it, it's like I haven't learned y'all lesson in this time, in this era, ERA, which is in my name. Y'all still doing the same thing. Like this is your time to redeem yourself. Like okay, you know. But okay, this is about my car thing. Okay, so an incident. What happened? I'm gonna say when I was living in Lower Maryland, and my mother was living in Bowie, and I used to stay with my mother in Bowie at that time too. And then I started working at Dryers, like Nestle Grand Ice Cream, and I saved up and I got approved for an apartment. And this is was this my first? Yeah, this is my first apartment by myself. Like, no cosign, no nothing. Like my first apartment, because beforehand, me and my older sister had an apartment like years ago. This one, like my oldest son, even was like 4 years old, 3, 4 years old, and that was over in Cooper's Crossing, out on 410, I believe, but I know it's not called Cooper's Crossing anymore. It's about to be called mine. I know that much because me and my sister we left. Our apartment got robbed by maintenance men, and they trying to say it was like some strangers coming in. No, and the neighbors across the hall they was in on it too. It probably didn't start being in up on there, but they seen guys taking our stuff out, talking about, oh, we thought y'all was moving out on Christmas. Like, who moves out on Christmas? And if we were moving out on Christmas, you ain't see me or my sister. You just seen these dudes taking out TVs and totes and crates and stuff like that. That's all you seen, but you ain't see me and my sister. So why would you think we'll be moving out on Christmas Day? And this is the people across the hall. This was years ago. So and then they made like the maintenance people, whoever supposedly supposed to have broken in, because they were like down. The police didn't see like no forced entry or whatever. So we all go inside their apartment, and this time my sister closet door is like a hole, like a not even a big ass hole. It's like a little uh, I mean, like a little kid, like a little toddler, that's like 2 or 3 making fit through it. Like no more than 3 years old can fit through like that size hole. And it was coming through my sister closet and into the hallway. And in the hallway, it was like a utility closet, like they got wires and all that kinds of stuff or whatever. That's right. In the hallway, you know how you go in some people hallways and there's like a door that's supposed to always be locked, because it got the utility stuff or whatever inside there. And yeah, you know, do you need some tissue? Where's your kind of here? Oh, yeah, here. You okay? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. What do you see? What do you want? Here you go. Let me see your hand. Cute. Mm. This is my water. Mama, water. Here, your water. All right, go back in the room, Eleanor. Oh, you want some? Did you get some? Water. Water. You want some more? Nice. Okay, go back in the living room. You got your water in the living room. Good. See you later. Okay. What was I talking about? Apartment, my car. Yeah, okay, let me make this story real quick. So, the car, what was I talking about? Yeah, so, okay, so anyways, first apartment in Laurel, this and that, yada yada. Oh yeah, I was talking about getting broken in or whatever. So yeah, so the hole was like no more than like a toddler sized person can fit in there. So you, like I said, you know how some apartments you go inside the building, it's like a door off to the side that's supposed to remain locked because it got like all this electrical stuff, equipment, boxes, like utility boxes, whatever inside of it. So that door was like right in front of my sister's closet door. Of course it was like on the outside in the hallway, but it connected to her closet. So anyways, we searching for like how in the world to get inside here because we always lock the door. And me, I always like double lock the door and stuff like that or whatever. Especially like that happened in December. And then in August, it was like August of that same year, I was actually robbed at gunpoint. So I always be checking my surroundings and making sure my doors is locked and stuff like that. So when this happened in December on Christmas Day, we came back the next day on the 26th because we stayed the night over my mom's house in Bowie. Me and my older sister, she had two daughters. I just had one son. And we stayed, we went to my mom's house for Christmas Day, and then we spent the night, and then we left and came back, to our apartment. Came back to our apartment, and I'm like, what the heck? Like the door was open, like the door was like, what? No, the door wasn't even locked. I think the door was closed, something, but I wasn't the first person in there. My sister said something like, "Dee, did you lock the door?" I'm like, "Yeah, I locked the door," and I'm walking up the steps with like the bag and like some toys and stuff like that or whatever. But long story short, the the police be looking at the police searching around like, okay, it's no forced entry. That means somebody who had a key. We like, well, we the only people who got the key. So that means it gotta be a maintenance person to come up in here who got the key to this place. So they was like, well, okay, let's look around. And sure enough, it was like a small ass hole in my sister closet door, going through the maintenance, the utility thing. So we like, oh well, that's how the person came in. So now the police was like, oh well, yeah. So somebody probably came in through here and they banged the hole through it and stuff like that. But it was like this small ass hole. I'm like, ain't no grown ass man fitting or grown ass adult fitting through no damn hole. So if somebody sent their little ass kid to go through the hole, they wouldn't be able to reach the top lock, to unlock. I mean, yeah, to unlock it. Like they wouldn't like that's how small the hole was. It wasn't a big ass hole for a grown ass man to come through, especially going through them wires and stuff like that. Like no. So we was like, man, no, somebody who have to have the key had to do this, and then they banged the hole to make it look like somebody came through the hole. Like, nah, nigga, it was the maintenance people. And then so the next door, the people across the hall. At this point, it's only two people across the hall. It's two people, two units to a floor. Okay. So the people across the hall, they like, oh yeah, we know we seen people taking out boxes and this and that. So we like, well, did you hear any banging? Like anybody was banging in the hallway, like trying to having this door open, UA peep out, because it looked like that banging through that drywall. You have to, you had to do it more than like one hit, like and especially to get like a freaking circle. Like the circle wasn't perfect, but it was like a nice size like circle. Wasn't like all torn and like a square up here, then a part down there. It was like nah. And then so when you look at it, how it was banged out, it looked like somebody was banging it out from the room, like sitting in her closet and like just banging the wall. It didn't look like somebody was up in the apartment hallway with the maintenance door open or utility door open, banging the hall. Like no. And then for one, and it looked like it would have been loud. So I'm like, for one, if you ain't hear no banging, like the people across the hall, they like I said, they probably wasn't in on it in the beginning. But when they realized what was going on and what was happening, the people who took in our stuff, they're probably like, man, don't call the police on us or this and that. We can they probably even said who they were. We work with the maintenance people. We can give you $200 off your rent for the next, for whatever. Well, they probably didn't say who they were. They probably was just like, hey man, yeah, y'all know what we doing, but if we'll give you a couple of $100, if you keep your mouth closed, like, I'm like, damn man, my sister was freaking targeted. You feel me? And then so yeah, they took all our kids' Christmas presents that we left and like stuff and clothes and every man. And then my thing is, they was probably trying to find this video camera that I had because I had some stuff on a video camera, but I took the video camera with me over my mom's house to record our Christmas. But years later, something happened to that video camera. But anyways, I was getting to say all this about my car being repoed. Okay, um, so after that incident, we like F that, we giving up this damn apartment, like we ain't staying here when the maintenance people foul as shit. And my sister was even saying like beforehand, like for weeks, she kept coming to me like, Didi, was you in my room sitting on my bed? Or was anybody, did you have company come over sitting in my room? Cause she was like, my room, my bed smell like a man. I'm like, oh no, I ain't having nobody come up over here. So she was sitting on the edge of her bed and like on the corner edge of her bed, and like the TV is like right there. The TV is like right there. So she is like, it felt like a dent like right here, like somebody been sitting in this spot. And I'm just like, no. And mind you, she's been saying this for like weeks prior before this incident. So of course, once this incident happened, she like, oh my goodness. No, no, yes. Alright. But let me finish this story a little later. It's 3 o'clock. Um, but yeah, I'll be back a little later.